This is National Disability Employment Awareness Month, and we have with us some guests today. And Mark, would you like to tell us what's going on?
Yes. The theme for this month, as you'll see in the slide here, Profit by Investing in Workers with Disabilities, is a theme that communicates to employers that people with disabilities help their bottom line, and there's more ways to profit than just financially. It enriches the lives of many people to have a diverse workforce. So that's the theme and the national poster for that. And we talked about the theme, and what we're emphasizing in that theme is the information that the public gets about contributing to the betterment of people with disabilities' lives and contributing to the betterment of their business by seeing improved output by employing people with disabilities. I was just talking to Larry and Victor, are going to join me here in a minute, and they attend regularly. They go to work, and they're on time. They provide benefits to employers that employers expect. And the Assistant Secretary for Labor for Disability Employment said that return on investment means hiring the right talent. Workers with disabilities represent all the skill sets and are ready to get the job done. So MONCO Enterprises is the nonprofit organization that's affiliated with the Board of Developmental Disabilities in Montgomery County, and they help participants to find employment. And they offer unique and personalized services for the person served based on their interests, skills, and abilities. So workers with disabilities represent all kinds of skill sets and represent a lot of types of places where they work. So kinds of jobs that people are employed in are county courier, clerk for the family court, theater usher, grocery bagger, restaurant host, hostess, electronic board assembler, thrift store sorter and pricer, public works employee, and so on. That's just to name just a few of the jobs. Some of the employer sites where employers are, and we cut this off again because there was too many. Best Buy, Bethany Lutheran Village, Danbury Theater, Dorothy Lane Market, many McDonald's, McGregor-Surmont, Montgomery County Records, Miami Valley Hospital, 2nd Street Market through the parks, the public parks here, Spaghetti Warehouse, University of Dayton, and many, many others. So some of the companies with contracts for secure document destruction, one of the businesses we'll talk about in a minute, include Academy Health Services, Boone Shop Museum of Discovery, Bierman Realty, Chapel Electric, Citizens National Bank, Dayton Montgomery County Public Health, Montgomery County, and many others. Dayton Metropolitan Housing. Some of the employment initiatives that MONCO's gotten involved in include creating the Pets and People initiative that you have the example of there, and you have a Pets and People, kind of brochure in your packet that's our marketing material for that particular business. We're in several states and hundreds of stores with Pets and People, and that's an expanding market. And then secure document destruction. You see in your book that we have a free shred day on October 15th at the Liberty Center where the shredding operation exists. And that is a very big expanding business and market within the county and outside the county. We have 35 to 40 people working in that at any one day.
Wow.
Then we have a scanning operation, one which does scanning for the county and converting to a paperless kind of system. And then we have a second business that's owned by MONCO that scans records that involves people with disabilities, so that when the records are scanned and placed on the web for the individual or set up so that their records are as they want them, then secure document destruction will destroy the paper for them. So we've expanded jobs at our Liberty Center location and increased productivity by over 24% in sales. And then we have, in your booklet, you have the cards and such brochure that I see you looking at there. That is the cards that are everyday cards for sympathy or for thank you or congratulations kinds of things. And the Christmas cards and holiday cards that are up. So those are available. The cards are $5 a box, and they are with tax $5.35.
Nice.
So those can be special ordered with special messages to as indicated there. So with me today I have two individuals who are mature workers. We discussed our ages before we got up here. And we won't reveal them, but we did discuss that we aren't spring chickens anymore. We were comparing who has the least amount of hair as well. Yes, yeah.
You might be winning.
Yes, yes. So I'm going to ask Larry to come up here and start off with me. Larry works at the Courtyard Marriott on Miller Lane for about 8 years. Come on up here, Larry. Thank you. And Larry Hunter, with board assistance, he's living in his own apartment. And he also is touted to have a very positive attitude. And one of the things that Larry accomplished in his work that made his employer so proud of him was in one of the rooms he was cleaning, there was a large sum of money that was left, and he took the money and gave it to his supervisor and said, we need to find the person who lost this money. And so his honesty and integrity and his skills as a worker are something that makes him very valuable at the Marriott and any place that you work. So why don't you tell me a little bit about what you like about working at the Marriott? Now let's just stand up here a little closer. Come on up here a little closer. Go ahead. What do you like about working at the Marriott?
Well, I like it's the money.
The money, yes. I get that, yeah. Go ahead.
I like the people I work with, my co-workers. Then I did like to make money. I did like to work.
Yes, and do you show up on time when you're at work?
I do.
Right, and do you take a lot of days off, or are you there?
Just Saturday and Sunday.
Just Saturday and Sunday, huh? Well, you got that. Good. And what do you like to do with your money?
I like to buy food, buy groceries.
Yeah, because you have your own apartment.
Yes.
Pay the rent.
Yes.
Good, good. Good. Well, thank you. Well, why don't we ask Victor to come up, and Larry, why don't you move over here so that Victor has a little bit of room. Thank you. And Victor Harden, he's been around in the program a long time, as have I.
Oh, tell me about it.
Right, and he works at Calumet for close to 7 years in the cleaning crew. As our staff retired or left their jobs in housekeeping, we employed MONCO to replace them, and they do all the cleaning of our facilities. They also do all the food service for all the people who get food service prepared at our board facilities through MONCO. So you're on one of the crews that cleans Calumet.
Yeah, in the morning.
Right, and you're known as a person who has a lot of knowledge about World War II.
Yeah, but we won't go into that.
Yes, and you're also known as a person who, if I ask you how you're feeling, what would you answer?
In the middle.
In the middle. This is a classic line.
I like that.
Okay, so why don't you tell me what you like about working at MONCO and at Calumet?
Okay, I like the money. I like to work in the morning, and I like my job because I can go in and clean. I wipe out the table, I wipe out the john, I wipe out the table, I put up the table sometime, I dump out dirty garbage, whatever my boss tell me to do, I do it.
Right, right.
And may I say one more thing?
Oh, yeah. This is
And about 2 weeks ago, somebody brought the envelope of money, about $8 or $9. I look at the envelope and I say, I'm going to take that to my boat, and could I say that not mine? And that I took it to my boat, because I said that not mine. And I said, hey, I found $9 in the middle of the floor. You give it back to the white people, because it not mine. I found it in the middle of the floor. You called somebody to come and get it. I am going back to work, because it not mine. And
well, so you had the same experience that Larry did, right?
Yeah, but that was about 2 weeks ago. But I told my boss, I said, hey, I found $9 in the envelope, and I said, that's not my money. And I told my boss, my boss named is Paul. I say, hey Paul, you take that money, give it back to the white woman or the white man that it belong to, 'cause it's not mine.
All right, well, thank
And I
you.
put it on his deck.
You know, one of the characteristics of these two individuals that's common, we have over 300 people working in the community in some capacity out of the 3,000 people we serve. And one of the characteristics somewhat unique to these individuals is they both take different forms of transportation other than our bus transportation. You take RTA and it uses, the tokens for that. And you take Project Mobility to get to your work site because each has to go from their home location directly to a work site, unlike what we would do going to a standard transportation site. So we have a lot of people who are travel trained and who get specialized transportation for the purpose of employment. Before I finish, I want to mention that Michelle Garrett and Kevin Daniel and Tracy Scobie are back here. These are the people who assist these gentlemen and many others with community employment related activities.
Oh, and may I say one more thing?
Oh, yeah.
Now you want to know if I met very many day of work? No, I don't met very many day of work.
You're there all the time, huh?
Well, that put it that way. Now, I told my supervisor, I say, if I get ill or I get sick, I will call in and let you know, but I always do my best to be at work on time, and I always report to my boss.
Very good. Well, you can see why people with disabilities are valuable workers, and they do their job, and they're there on time, and they're there all the time, except when they're sick, right? Which isn't very often.
No.
Right. So that's the major story that we have here. People with disabilities are truly a profit to a business and a profit to a community in the sense that they add value in more ways than just the money. So I think you have
I
a
do.
proclamation.
So before you go, Larry and Victor and Mark, we have a proclamation from the three of us, and it's in honor of October being Disability Employment Awareness Month, and it says, whereas Americans with disabilities continue to be employed at a rate far below Americans without disabilities, and whereas no individual in our nation should face unnecessary barriers to success to an American with a disability should be limited in his or her desire to work. Whereas employment and economic security are critical to fulfilling the hopes and aspirations of all Americans, we are stronger when our economy and our country can benefit from the skills and talents of all of our citizens. Whereas every citizen of Montgomery County must play a part in ensuring people living with disabilities have fair access to jobs so they can continue to contribute to our economy and realize their dreams. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of County Commissioners of Montgomery County, Ohio, on this 11th day of October 2011, do hereby proclaim October as Disability Employment Awareness Month. Thank you, and thanks for sharing your story with us. That was great. That was great.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Hey, and you have a good day, Soul. Have a good day. Bye, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.